affordable, but really allow us to live more economically and more comfortably. And there's nothing like that around this time of year than having something that heats us up, us and our home, in this cold weather. And Hunter helps us do that with their wood cabinet infrared heater. Now, we are joined this morning, and we're gonna be joined for the rest of this hour by Art Massey. And it's really great that Art is joining us because he's an expert in bringing us the things that help our home to feel comfortable.
Well, thank you.
Great to have you.
Yeah, nice to see you. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
I've been watching you. You've had a lot of cool stuff on today.
I know.
Yeah, really.
I've had some cool stuff. Now I need some hot stuff.
Now you need some warm stuff. That's right.
I do. And let's talk about, speaking of the change in temperature.
First of all, I want you to look right down here at beside my leg. This is the heater that we're talking about. And it's actually, this looks like a little end table. Yeah. And you notice it's got some decorations. It's got a lot of cool features, and we're going to go through all of those. But I just wanted you to see it over here, if we can back off from it. See it in the lifestyle setting, so you can get a feel for what it's going to look like in your home, because it is. The cherry's beautiful, the black is beautiful. I mean, it's just great color selections. Let's go over here to the demo table.
Definitely.
Tamara,
let's do it.
Can we get the temperature map up? Because I have a prediction for winter, and I know that when you look at this map, you're going to say, well, you know, my part of the country is not freezing cold yet, but it's going to be.
Yet.
We had a hot summer, and my prediction for winter is cold, colder, and coldest.
That's what my husband's been saying, too.
I think it is. And I'm going to talk with all you folks in the blue area, you know, or purple area, you know that you need a heater in your house. Okay, if you have a room that's maybe getting starved by your heat and air system, or maybe you just want to turn your thermostat down, you know, a few degrees and be able to keep your bedroom warm at night or your office warm in the daytime, and you can save because you don't have to heat your own home. Now I want to talk about you guys that were in the green area.
Okay. Okay.
You guys can really save because you don't even have to turn your furnace on for a while. This thing is totally portable. I can roll it around from room to room. It's on casters. This, you can use it in your family room in the evening. It's going to do a great job in there. Or if you buy two, you can put one in your bedroom, and you don't even have to run your furnace. You can use the heater to accomplish the task in your room, and without even doing that. Let's talk a little bit about the features. First of all, it's a solid wood cabinet, and which is something I really like, because and this is a finish. You don't need to polish this. You just clean this off with a damp cloth.
Nice.
And it always comes back to its original luster. So you don't have to worry about furniture polish and that kind of stuff with this guy, unless you just want to. It has a remote control system. Okay, this is the little temperature control that you see in here, and it does several things. It'll allow the unit to be turned on or off. Somehow or another, we've lost power over here. Okay. But anyway, it'll allow the unit to be turned on or off. It has a high-low temperature selection. It has an 8-hour timer, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. Of course, a temperature setting, and you can adjust it for centigrade or Fahrenheit. But what happens here is that, oh, and I didn't show you the most important part. It also has a full-function remote control. And it has a little pocket that it sits in, so you always know where to find it. Or maybe when you put the heater up for the summertime and you stick it in a closet or something, you always know where your remote. It's not in a drawer somewhere. It's not sitting around on top. You know right where it is.
Nice.
Okay. We actually have some footage here that kind of shows you how the unit works. Okay. And if you look at this animation, I'll kind of talk you through it as we go through it. Here it comes. Okay.
Okay, and here you go. And this is gonna be that top flap that Art was just showing you right there. And exactly. Look at the cool air going in the back of the thing there, and you can see what's going on. And I'm gonna talk to you, we have a great feature back there as well. But that cool air going in the back of the unit then runs through either 3 or 6 of the infrared elements that are actually inside the heater, and I'm going to show you those in a minute. But first of all, I got to apologize. We got a power problem here, so when you come back to look at us, you're not. I'm sorry to say that the heater's not working, but we can kind of talk through the features and the functions anyway. Okay, and the fact is, I like that you have, as we're showing you there, and even in that lifestyle setting,
The fact that you have heat wherever you want it to be. You can move it around. You can have something that's easy for you. And look
Exactly.
at that. I like that it's more than just an on and off, too. You can actually dial up the temperature.
Sure you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can totally do that.
Yeah. Okay, the heater was working a while ago. Now we fixed the electrical problem. Now we can get down to where the rubber meets the road, okay? First of all, I'm going to just grab out my remote and I'm going to walk you through the features and the functions, okay? If we can get a close-up over here, first of all, this is a power button. When you plug the unit in, the power button's going to turn red. To turn the heater on, you have to punch it one more time.
Okay.
And you can see that this heater is set for 80 degrees if we look at the display. Now, cool part. You can set the heater at an exact temperature. And this unit has been designed so that it's going to deliver that temperature in the room. It's not going to really overheat the room. It's not going to wait forever to come back on. It's going to keep that temperature within a very reasonable range of 80 degrees. And here's how we do it.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to shoot my temperature gun in here. And you're going to see we're delivering, you know, way over 100-degree air that's coming out of the unit, okay? So we're doing that. And then, but at the same time, if you look back here, this is where the rubber meets the road.
All right.
You see this little black sensor right here?
Yeah.
This little black sensor right here is what they call a thermistor. And the thermistor is what's sensing the room temperature. The temperature's not being sensed out here where we're delivering warm air. It's being sensed back here. And if you look back in here, you can see the temperature on the back of the heater is about the same as the studio. It's about 70 degrees.
Okay.
Another cool feature. You know, heaters get dust in them and they get nasty and that kind of stuff. We actually provide a magnetic filter that comes on here that you just pop out of this little case and it's washable.
Okay.
You just make sure you dry it before you put it back, but you just rinse it out this way. It washes all the dirt and the lint out, and then when it's dry, it fits right back over the inlet again. So it's also keeping the unit from getting dirty, which is going to give you a lifetime of great performance, but it's also, you know, helping to clean the air in the room at the same time.
I like that. Features that you would expect from a brand like Hunter that you don't see in your traditional, let's say, space heater, you know?
Yeah.
And look at this.
The delivery temperature of the warm air coming out of that unit is over 240 degrees.
Wow.
So it's heating your room. And, you know, Hunter's motto has always been quiet for life, and we're really good at that. And I want to show you something. You hear these units running? But yet, look.
Look. It's smooth. It's just smooth heat that's coming
It's
out.
delivering the temperature to the room where you need it. Exactly.
Absolutely. And you saw it was the press of a couple buttons. You decide what you want the temperature to be. And what's going to happen is you're going to find your perfect temperature. You're going to find the one that just is where you're not hot, you're not cold. You could sit in that room, you can watch TV, you can be on the computer for hours and hours, and you never feel like, oh, I'm chilly, or oh, I'm too hot. You're going to find your perfect temperature, and that is where your Hunter is going to stay. You cannot do that with the temperature of the thermostat in your house, in that, you know, the fact that you set it, and then every room in the house is getting heat, and you know you're paying for that, so you can't really feel comfortable about it. Sometimes we do, knowing that, we don't turn on the heat.
Right.
And we're just kind of suffering through it.
Right.
When you have this unit in either the cherry or in the black, there's no more suffering through it. There's no more, well, let me just wait for one more week. There's no more, oh, I don't want to get that, open that electricity bill. Nothing like that. You have a beautiful unit that looks like furniture. When Art and I were sitting right next to it, I was thinking, oh, well, we're gonna walk over to the table. I didn't even realize it was right next to us.
Oh, yeah.
Because it seamlessly fits into your home. And that's a design detail that all of the engineering married with the design that Hunter has created for your heater. $39.99 to get home, free shipping to get it home. We even have a holiday price. So literally, you've got a heater as the weather is getting cold. It's not like we're selling air conditioners right now.
Right,
you know, this is a
exactly.
heater when you're going to be using
And
it.
you're going to be able to use it all winter. And and if you have a, like I said, maybe, you know, the office in my house is a little cooler than the rest of the place, so I can use a little heater in there. You can also take this to your office and put it in a corner. It looks like a piece of furniture. And you can't hear it running, so you can carry on a conversation, a telephone conversation, business conversation. You can play with the kids. You can watch TV, stay nice and toasty warm without, you know, having to listen to a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about infrared technology too.
Okay.
A lot of people that introduce infrared heaters have to like stop at 1250 watts or something because they get so hot inside and with the wood cabinets and everything. This heater is a full 1500 watts. That's the maximum that UL will allow in an electric space heater. It's a full 1500 watts. The low is down around 750 watts. So my suggestion, and when the heater, when you first turn it on, it's always going to come on high. And then you run it till the room warms up, and then you can turn it to the low position, maintain the temperature in the room without actually, you know, without using so much electricity. And what happens is this control system that you see right here on top, and I'm gonna lift this up, this control system actually regulates everything that goes on inside of our heater. And you can see all the wires and stuff, but there's elements, there's actually infrared elements in here, which are energy efficient too, by the way, more energy efficient than any other type of electric heat that you can get. I mean, these guys, because they're bulbs, you know, they don't burn as much as like an element does. So there's 6 of them, but we channel the heat if you're in the low position. We're only turning on 3 bulbs. So we're using less electricity, and it's the way the heat's channeled through the unit. When you put it on high, the heat picks up the other 3 bulbs and it goes through. These, you can't see it too, but these are actually sitting in copper sleeves. I mean, we have spared no expense. And the reason we use copper is because it's a great heat conductor. So what happens is you're getting the maximum performance, and out of the unit, you're getting maximum performance. You're getting the full 1500 watts of heat delivered to the room. And again, I want to walk right out here one more time and show you. Here's the temperature coming out of the heater. 200, now it's up to, it's, you know, 290 degrees or something like that, delivery air.
That's
but look,
you're not gonna, you know, you don't have to tell the kids, no, don't go near that, or pull the pets away. I like knowing, as Art was sharing with us, literally taking us through what's inside this cabinet. I like knowing what's in there, but I don't want to see that in my living room. I don't want to see what's inside the cabinet. I don't want to see like a traditional, or maybe space heater that you've had or known of, where you turn it on, it looks like a bunch of metal wires, it glows, it looks very intimidating. It's something you don't want to get near, and you know, don't put it near the kids, don't put it near the pets, don't put it near the, you know, near the curtains or things like that. You want something that works, that doesn't intrude in your life. And that's what this does. It's a beautiful piece. It works, it doesn't intrude in your life. It keeps you warm. It helps you to maintain and regulate your own temperature, as well as helps you to maintain and regulate your electricity bill. So now, just because it's winter doesn't mean all of your money goes to the electric company. Doesn't have to mean that anymore. You know, the last time we had this on air was back in February, in the winter.
oh, I know, yeah.
So the fact that we've got it for you now, again, as we're moving into the coldest season of the year, is a really great opportunity for you to go ahead and have yours. Remember, you can get it in cherry, you can get it in black, they come on casters, they work exactly the same way. You decide which one is gonna be right in your home, because it's gonna be like a piece of furniture, but one you're gonna use every single day.
Absolutely. I want you to look at the control panel on the unit, now on the top of the unit. Now I'm standing back here with the remote control, so you probably can't see me, but I'm just, this is fully adjustable. I'm now setting the temperature that I want it to be in the room. If I say I want it to be 75 degrees in the room. So it's showing that I set it at 75. Then it will go back to what the actual temperature is in the room right now, which is 64.
Yeah, it's freezing.
Okay, so once the heater does its job, and this studio is cold and it's huge, but once it's not, I mean, once the heater does its job and comes up to temperature, it's gonna shut off.
Okay.
Another neat feature that I like is, you know, I don't want, if I'm like using it in my family room and I go to bed, or maybe I've got it on in the morning in the kitchen and I go off to work and I think, dadgummit, I left the heater on. It's gonna be, I'm not gonna be there all day. Well, watch this. It actually has a 1 to 8 hour timer. So you can set it for 5 hours during the evening, go to bed, and it will automatically shut itself off.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because the last thing you want to do once you're already in bed under the covers is get out again because you forgot something, because you forgot to turn off the heater.
Exactly right. And then you can switch it from high to low, as you see there. And there's another interesting feature that it has. Remember I told you about the copper heating elements, the copper that surrounds the heating elements? That's a great heat transfer vehicle, and they get warm. Once the temperature satisfied, the bulbs shut off.
Okay.
But the unit continues to run, so we get the benefit of washing that residual heat out of there instead of wasting it by staying in the room.
See, again, energy efficient, a better use of the heat, a better use of the way you're using the technology. This is just better overall. It's infrared heat. It's all of the technology that you want now. If you have a space heater that you've had for a number of years, I know it doesn't touch, it doesn't come close to what this Hunter unit can do for you. Maybe it keeps you warm, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's kind of an eyesore, this one isn't. Maybe it's something that you feel a little bit uncomfortable about having on or leaving on or forgetting that it's on. No worries with this one. Maybe the old one that you have, when your grandkids come over, you warn them, stay away from that.
Right.
When the kids come over, when the pets are around, stay away from that. With this, you won't have to have any warnings. You won't have to cordon it off. It is going to be one, like I said, that seamlessly fits into your home. And I think you're gonna love the fact that you made the decision to get it now. Because for some of us, we don't think about it until the day we need it. Until
That's
the day
right.
the newscaster tells us it's gonna be the coldest day of the year, then you start thinking about it.
I need a heater now.
Think about it now.
Exactly right. You can see what the that's for today, though, by the way. That's not the forecast going forward. The forecast going forward is just cold.
And it's not winter, it's still in the fall.
This is actually for the 24th, as Tamara pointed out earlier. You folks in the green area, this is the time of year you can really get a lot of energy savings by using this type of an appliance, because you can use it in the room where you're, enjoying your evening hours, or the room where you sleep. You get precise temperature control, so it's not burning you up in the middle of the night or freezing you to death, because you get precise temperature control. And boy, I mean, and you turn the heat off in the rest of the house.
That's
and
right.
Yeah,
I like that.
Absolutely. Another thing I want to go back and show you real quick is, and Hunter's known for quiet for life, so this unit is actually running right now, but I want you to look at the temperature back here on the back of the unit.
Okay.
It's 62 degrees back here. That's because this thermistor is measuring the room temperature. It's not measuring the temperature inside the unit, which is how we get the accuracy in the temperature control. This thing, I've never seen anything like this.
I know, neither have I.
This is wonderful.
I love that.
They have little black screens in there, and you have to worry about vacuuming out and all that kind of stuff, but this is a magnetic filter that you can take off and wash in your kitchen sink, and this will help to protect the unit. And I mean, literally, you'll have a unit that's going to give you years and years and years of performance. And not only that, but it looks pretty cool. It
looks good. You've got another piece of furniture that you've got coming up. So which one do you want? Do you want the cherry, the one that you see right here? Very traditional, very beautiful. Maybe it coordinates with the other pieces that you already have in your home. Or do you want the one in black? Because you're saying, well, I know that's going to go with everything, and there's no place that I can't put it. There's no place that I can't use it. They both come on casters, so when it's time to move this around, if you feel like, well, I'm not strong, I won't be able to lift, guess what? You can roll. It couldn't be simpler, and Hunter could not have done a better job designing a beautiful piece that also keeps you warm in your home. And let's face it, the cool weather is here, and it's only gonna get colder. And if you don't want those big high electricity bills for having to heat up the whole house just for the small room that you're in, then go ahead and have a unit that really helps you out with that. It's $39.99. You do have free shipping and handling on this, and you're going to get that remote control. You just decide which color cabinet you want, and you get it all from Hunter. So really great. I'm glad to see that a lot of you are on the phone and a lot of you are on hsn.com. We'll send this out. You'll have it in about a week before the weather has time to get too much colder for you. Now, Art's going to stay with us because he's got more for us this morning. But also, I wanted to share more that we have for you on